A woman convicted of killing 4 people in an apartment fire could soon get out. A parole board is considering whether to free Janet Danahey. Good evening, I'm Chad Silber.
And I'm Sydney Moore. She set fire to the campus walk apartments in Greensboro more than 20 years ago and was sentenced to life in prison in 2002. 2 governors commuted her sentence, making her eligible for parole. 2 of the victim's family members disagree on if she should get out. WFMY News 2's Grace Holland learned why.
It's been nearly 21 years since the fire David Douglas says stands out in his career as a firefighter.
Valentine's, which is supposed to be, this romance holiday. It's not for many of us that experienced that fire.
In the early hours of February 15th, Janet Danahey set fire to the Campus Walk apartment complex in what she says was a prank on an ex-boyfriend. But 4 people died in the fire, including Bob Harris's daughter, Beth. He remembers meeting Douglas at the scene.
I was down in the parking lot to find Beth's car, and I was just leaning against it, and he came up to me and, without any words, he just put his arms around me. We didn't say anything, but just held that for quite a while.
Danahey was sentenced to life in prison, but this year she became parole eligible. Douglas believes she should remain in prison.
These victims that died, to be kind of crass, are going to be dead forever. They're never coming back. So Danahey got what she agreed to, and now we got politicians saying, well, she's reformed and she's a model prisoner.
Harris, who says he forgave Danahey years ago, hopes she's released.
I don't think we are permitted to make judgments, especially against other people. That's not our place. That's God's place.
Harris was one of the people who testified on Danahey's behalf, but not all the victims' families agree with him. His son writing this letter in opposition of her parole that reads in part, "I cannot think of anything that logically makes sense to allow her to be released when there were 36 directly impacted victims, 4 of which died a violent and painful death." His father says he and his son have never talked about Beth's death, and he respects those who disagree with him.
I can understand the bitterness that's there.
The parole board will also hear perspectives from victims' families and survivors before making a decision. In Greensboro, Grace Holland, WFMY News 2.
Now, it is unclear when the parole board could meet again. Only 2 of the 4 parole board members need to support the measure.